Hello again. Good morning. How are you today? How's everything going? Are things going okay? Great. Okay. Yeah, and for me as well. It's very early in the morning, 7 o'clock. Yes, but in any case, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad to see that you're watching the program. Today, Von World and Mundo Baugan here. Buy the books, please. I'm going to talk about Nancy Johnson. Nancy Johnson, yeah. How old does she look? How old does she look? What do you think, Marta? How old does she look? Does she look over 40 or under 40? Over 40 or under 40? Under. All right. Do you think she looks over 40 or does she look under 40? Now, her husband, Philip, does he look over 40 or under? Over. However, Philip is 39 years old. So Nancy probably is younger. So you're right. She looks under 40 and she is under 40. Is she over 35 or under 35? Over 35. So she's between 35 and 40. Okay. Well, in the book, the answer's in the book. Nancy Johnson. Nancy Johnson is 38 years old. She is Philip's wife. She's not my wife. She's Philip's wife. Yes. And she's not Javier's wife. Yeah, she's Philip's wife. She lives with her husband. Menos mal, están juntos. She lives with her husband and children in Lincoln, Nebraska. ¿Dónde? Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln, como Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln, the capital of Nebraska. And so, Nancy Johnson is 38 years old. She's married. She's Philip's wife. She lives in Lincoln, Nebraska with her husband. Well, she lives with her husband and children in Lincoln, Nebraska. All right. She's from Kansas. She's from Kansas. She's not from Nebraska originally. Her husband, yes, but she's from Kansas. The state immediately south of Nebraska. It is true. If you look at a map of the United States, in the middle, boom, right in the middle is Kansas. Right in the middle. Como Cerro de Ángeles aquí. Centro de España. Right in the middle is Kansas. And just north of Kansas is Nebraska. All right. Kansas is the number one state for wheat, and Nebraska is the number one or number two state for corn. Trigo y maíz. Nebraska and Iowa. I'm not sure who's number one. That's your homework. Estado número uno para maíz in Estados Unidos. You can find out. I think it's Iowa, but it could be Nebraska. Now, you put number one for wheat, trigo. I'm pretty sure it's Kansas. And Nancy Johnson is from Kansas, the state immediately south of Nebraska. She's an interior decorator. Okay, como mi hermana, decoradora de interiores. She's an interior decorator. In the morning, she teaches interior design, diseño, at a technical school 20 miles from Lincoln. All right. Yeah. She teaches in the morning. She teaches interior design at a technical school 20 miles from Lincoln. She starts her classes every day at 10 and finishes at 12. Okay. She has 2 classes, each with about 15 students. Then she goes home to have lunch. All right. After lunch, she goes to her husband's bank to spend about 30 minutes with the woman responsible for expansion. She looks at the plans for the new bank branches and gives recommendations about the interior design and decoration. Okay. She doesn't receive a salary for this. She does it because the woman is a good friend of hers. In the afternoon, she works as an independent decorator, freelance. Some days she spends 2 or 3 hours visiting different clients. And other days, she stays at home creating decoration plans or calling people. She decorates offices, restaurants, and homes. She doesn't like to decorate offices very much because the companies usually prefer functional decoration. And this is boring for her. She doesn't like to decorate restaurants either because often the owner of the restaurant thinks that he's a professional decorator too. She likes to decorate homes because she is free to make more decisions and to be more creative. All right, Nancy. Nancy Johnson, how old is she? She's 38. Is she married or single? She's married. How many children does she have? She has 2 children. What's her husband's name? His name is Philip Johnson. Where does Nancy live? She lives in Lincoln, Nebraska. Is Lincoln an important city? Yes, it is. Why is it important? It's important because it's the capital of the state of Nebraska and the home of the University of Nebraska. Is she from Lincoln originally? No, she's not. She's not from Lincoln originally. Well, where is she from? She's from Kansas. Kansas? Where's Kansas? Kansas is immediately south, just south of Nebraska. Okay. And is she a housewife? Well, yes and no. Yes, she's a housewife because she's a mother and she takes care of the house. So yes, she's a housewife in one sense. Well, does she have a job? Yes, she does. Well, she doesn't have a job. She has a profession. More than a job. She works on her own. She works on her own. You mean she works freelance? Yeah, she's self-employed. She's self-employed. Es autónoma. Sí, es autoempleada. Así se dice en inglés. Self-employed. Self-empleada. She's self-employed. She works freelance. Trabaja libre lanza. Así se dice. Trabaja por libre. She works freelance. She's a decorator, interior decorator. But wait. Does she work all day as an interior decorator? No, in the morning she teaches. No, she teaches. Yeah. What does she teach? What does she teach? Yes, what does she teach? She teaches interior design. Diseño. Interior. Yeah, she teaches interior design. Where? Where does she teach interior design? At a technical school. Escuela Técnica de FP, Formación Profesional. At a technical school. Is the school near her house? No, it's not near her house. Where is it? It's 20 miles. 20 miles, no? Outside. Yeah. Yes, see. Okay. 20 miles. The school is 20 miles from Lincoln. My God. That's 32 kilometers. It's a long drive. She goes there every morning. Well, what time does she go? Well, I don't know what time she leaves home. I think she leaves home probably at 9:30. And why does she leave home at 9:30? Because it takes her 30 minutes to get to the school. The school's 20 miles away, 33 kilometers away. So it takes her 30 minutes to get there. What time, how many classes does she give? She gives 2 classes in the school. What time does the first class start? The first class starts at 10 o'clock. And what time does it end? Excuse me? What time does it end? What time does it end? The first class, yeah. It ends at 10:55, 5 minutes to 11. And what time does the second class last? Or what time does the second class start? It starts at 11. 5 minutes after the end of the previous class. Correct. And how long does the second class last? It lasts 55 minutes. It lasts until 5 minutes to 12. And what does she do between the classes? She goes to the teacher's lounge and has a coffee. But she has only 5 minutes, Quick. All right, so she has a coffee and then she goes to her next class. So she has only 2 classes. Yeah. Why only 2? Because Nancy works as an independent interior decorator. In the afternoons, she works as a decorator, freelance. Yeah, but how many students does she have in the technical school? She has about 30 students in all. 30 students in all. 15, more or less, 15 students in the first class and 15 in the second class. Does she like teaching? Yeah. Yes, she does. She likes teaching. She's very open and very nice and a very good teacher. But what does she do after she finishes her second class? After she finishes, o bien after finishing, después de que termine o después de terminar, after finishing her second class, she goes home. Why does she go home? She goes home to have lunch. 20 miles. Well, yeah, but you see, the technical school is located outside of the city. So she leaves the city and then she goes back. Wow. 33 kilometers? Yeah. Wow. Every day? Yeah, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. That's 66 kilometers a day. Yeah. Okay. Also, you said that she goes to a bank? Yeah, she goes home for lunch. She has a sandwich, a light lunch. Mírala. La mijinas comiendo mucho, no. Lo mínimo. She wants to take care of her figure. So she has a sandwich, and then she goes to her husband's bank. Yes, her husband is the general manager of the bank. Correct. Does she go there to see her husband? No. So she goes to her husband's bank, but not to see her husband. Correct. Oh, okay. Well, then why does she go to the bank? She goes to the bank to see another woman who's a friend of hers, the expansion manager. This woman is in charge of the bank is growing, and they're building new branches. Oh, yeah. And this woman is in charge of the expansion, and she needs help. Nancy helps her with the design and decoration of the new branch banks. Sucursales, yeah. She helps in this. Well, how far is it? How far is it from her house to the bank? 5 kilometers. Not very far. 5 kilometers. Does she go every day? Yeah, she goes every day. So she does 5 kilometers going and 5 kilometers back. That's right. In addition to 66 kilometers because of so that's 76 kilometers a day. Yeah. I would say, because then in the afternoon, Nancy has her different activities in her profession as a decorator. I would say that Nancy drives an average of 100 kilometers a day. 20 days a month, 20 working days a month, I would say 100 kilometers. She's 2,000. Nancy does 2,000 kilometers a month. 2,000 kilometers a month. That's about 20 or 22,000 kilometers a year, which is not too much. It's in a 5-year period, we're talking of 100,000 kilometers in the car. But she drives a lot. In the United States, people drive a lot, long distances. The United States is very big, and the distances normally are greater than in Europe. Okay, but in the afternoon, what does she do? She decorates. She works freelance as a decorator. Well, what kind of clients does she have? Basically, she has 3 kinds of clients. 3 kinds, 3 clases de cliente. Offices, businesses, to decorate their offices. Restaurants, decorar un restaurante de cero. Interesting. And homes, private homes, okay. Oh. Does she like decorating offices? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. What's the problem? Why doesn't she enjoy decorating offices? She doesn't enjoy decorating offices because usually the type of decoration is boring, functional, within the typical colors of the company. Los colores de Vaughan es un color azul y blanco, blue and white. So all the colors have a moqueta blue. All right. We want the ceiling white and the walls white, the carpet blue, the desk was blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Oh, and no green? Green, no. And so she doesn't like decorating offices because usually the decoration is too functional, demasiado funcional. She finds it boring. It's not very stimulating. She cannot use her creativity very much in office design. Well, what else does she decorate? She also decorates restaurants. Yeah, restaurants. Ooh, that's cool. That's really interesting. Decorating a restaurant. Wow. Does she like decorating restaurants? No, she doesn't. No? Wow. I don't understand. It seems to me that decorating restaurants would be really cool. A lot of fun, really cool, a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun. Yes, but there's a problem. Oh, what's the problem? Restaurant owners. The problem are the restaurant owners. And what's the problem with the owners of the restaurants? Restaurant owners often are creative people too. And they have ideas about decoration that often clash. Chocan. Chocar con R, crash, es un choque físico, ¡bam! Colisión. Crash. Clash, cambiando la R por un L, clash es chocan en personalidad o en colores. Si tengo calcetines amarillos y esto they clash. The colors clash. I don't know, you can say the colors orange. Look, I want an orange shirt and yellow trousers. They clash. Chocan los colores. No, ahora, chocar, boom, eso sí, crash. Crash. Y un desplome, un crack bursátil es crash con R. desplome bursátil. Crash. But in any case, she doesn't like to decorate restaurants. Why not? Why doesn't she? She doesn't like to decorate restaurants because the owner of the restaurant often thinks he's a professional decorator too. And so their ideas clash. The decorator says, I want this over the door and this on the windows. And Nancy says, but Mr. Jones, are you sure? Yeah. Well, I think, no. And so they clash. So if she were free to decorate the restaurant, she would like it very much. But she's not free to decorate the restaurant. And many times her client is a difficult person, the owner of a restaurant. Well, what else does she decorate? What else does she decorate besides restaurants and home and offices? She also decorates homes. Hogares, casas. That's right. And does she like decorating homes? Yes, she does. Why? Why does she like decorating homes if she doesn't like the others? Because in the United States, and especially in Lincoln, Nebraska, and around Lincoln, Nebraska, if a person can afford an interior decorator, it means that the person has money. Well, decorators are expensive, you know. When you build a house, when you buy a house, before buying the house, perhaps you have an architect who's a friend who takes a look at the plans of the house and these and gives okay. So sometimes it's necessary to call it, but a decorator, yeah, for your house, did you hire a decorator or you did it yourself? Marta decorated the house she owns now for 3 years, Yevasei? She's been there for 3 years. And when they bought it, she decorated it. She didn't contract the services of an interior decorator. An interior decorator is expensive. Okay, so a person who uses the services of an interior decorator usually has some money. And usually the type of person has money. And if it's a man, he gives and if he's a man and she's a woman, and Nancy Johnson is a woman, he gives her the keys. He said, Nancy, here are the keys. I'm taking a trip to Rome and Milan and to Lake Como. I'll be in Italy for 1 month. I'll be back. Listen, I prefer a Western style decoration. Western style estilo del viejo oeste, o sea, un poco rudo, and this type of thing. Or I prefer a French style decoration. French Provence, French provincial style. Or I prefer a Spanish Castilian style. You know, with arcones-y, things of Castile. Okay. And so he gives her a general idea of the style. Then Nancy does the rest. She designs the walls and the ceiling, and then she chooses the furniture, she chooses the type of floor and the type of furniture in line with the general idea of the owner. And she earns a lot. I mean, they can pay her easily $10,000 to decorate the house. So usually it's not very common in the States for people to hire the services, to hire or to contract the services of a decorator. But People who do, usually it's because money is not a question. The question is the quality of the decorator and saving time. Because I imagine for Marta, 3 years ago, it took some time. Okay, sí, tardaste un poquito in making decisions and then buying the furniture. Because an interior decorator buys the furniture and pays for the furniture. So the interior decorator often has inventory, let's say, that she, in this case, she has bought with her own money. And she later passes on, of course, the cost of the furniture. Now, usually, a decorator buys the furniture at a decorator's price, but charges the owner the normal price. That's a story for another day, maybe. Take care. See you tomorrow.